What's up there, dear listener? It's Matt here, just me, on my own. It's a solo venture, and without a Forrest. We've had a busy old week. We've had zero time to do one, so I've said, Forrest, don't you worry, my friend. I will do this episode. I will fly solo because you never want to. I will fly solo for you, my friend. So here we are. It is a news episode. We're going to talk about Thunderbolts. We're going to talk about what's coming next as well. We've got so much to go through. We've also got some bits and bobs. I want to kind of like give you a little update on certain things. It won't be a huge episode. It won't be a very long episode, but it is an episode nevertheless. Me and Forrest have been very busy currently in show modes at the moment, with both a show that we're in and I'm directing for him, God of Carnage. It's a brilliant play. It's by Yasmin Ariza, and that's coming out in a few weeks' time. So we're just kind of like in this kind of like intense period where we're just trying to get those rehearsals really down and nice and crisp and ready to go. However, he's tired. We're all a bit like, delulally, and we've just had no time to sort of like meet together, which is unfortunate. So don't kind of like theorize that we kind of like, we've had an argument. Oh my God, Matt and Forrest, have you heard? Matt and Forrest are breaking up. Oh my God. Oh, really? No. Our bond is stronger than ever. All right? No one's saying that. Literally no one is saying that. Yeah, so it's just going to be me. We're just going to talk. We're just going to talk and shoot the shoot and talk the talk. Before we do any of that, I just want to say welcome to another podcast. I want to say welcome to what I think 165, 6? I don't know. We've done over 150 of these. This is insane. Still insane. But give us a like. Give us a little review. Why don't you watch this on YouTube? Because I'm going to be sharing my screen at points today in this episode, actually. So you should probably give us a little watch on the old YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube, you should do that too. Right? I'm sporting a Wrexham t-shirt today because Wrexham have done a back-to-back-to-back promotion as well, which is very exciting for any football fans out there. It's kind of unheard of, never really done before. But I want to, because it's just me and because I feel like just being a bit silly, I'm just going to, in dedication to my dear Forrest, because I miss him so flipping much, I'm going to press this intro. But it's not just any intro. It's my favourite AI song intro that we came up with about a year ago. Let's go. Should we do it? Yeah. Hit it.
Running through the trees, mad and forest, living life on their own. Nothing's at rest, wild and free. They bring the magic, exploring the unknown. Forever fantastic, feeling of the rush. Heartbeats collide in this world they've built. Nowhere to hide. With each step they take, they break the mold. Their spirit's so electric, never growing old.
Honestly, that is a flipping banger. What a song that is. It's just, honestly, so about, I don't know if you've been watching or listening that long, but you might have. If for those that are, you would be remembered that we have these AI songs in, like, we've banked them basically. But literally last week, Forrest, because we were taking ages to record, I think we said last week we were talking to each other an hour before we press record. We were literally pissing about listening to more AI songs about the podcast. It's so funny. But do you know what? In actual fact, what I would rather do is have real bands featured on this podcast. So as a little reel, okay, it would be amazing if you are a musician, if you are a band, and if you're out there working, grinding, doing the circuit and looking to get your music out there more onto different platforms. We are Don't Be a Hero podcast, and we would love to highlight your band on this podcast as an intro. 30 seconds, 20-second clip of whatever your most streamed song might be. Let's throw it in here. And if you want to do a dedicated one about the podcast, hey, that might get featured for even longer. You never know, right? I'm saying that to other bands, but I'm also saying that to my own band as well, which is If Not Now. You should follow them on Instagram. Very good band. And Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that instead of fucking playing these silly AI songs, as hilarious as they are. Oh, it'd be great if we had real ones, right? Just like, oh, I'd love that. Anyway, lovely little admin thing to myself there, and why not? Hey, if we can get some bands, that'd be incredible. But we're here to talk about Thunderbolts. It is the 1st of May, Thursday, the 1st of May. The sun has been shining all week. The sun is shining bright for a certain MCU movie that is called Thunderbolts. Oh my God, I am so excited about this movie. So the teaser trailers and all that kind of jazz sort of came out around about, what, Captain America Brave New World time? And let's remind ourselves, Captain America Brave New World was not very good. It was all convoluted all over the place, and had script writing issues, and obviously, and at the end of the day, in my opinion, it was an underwhelming movie. Not for everybody, but some people liked it. It is at 48% on the tomato meter. Okay, Captain America, 48. Thunderbolts, okay, different story. So we've only just got the reviews for the tomato meter. Popcorn meter isn't out yet because obviously the audiences haven't seen it yet. But it's running at an 89%. And just to kind of also just bring that into perspective, I think, actually, let me double check. Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine had 70... Rotten Tomatoes, 70... Let's just pause. Why has it done that? 78%. 78%. So this is scoring higher than Deadpool and Wolverine. It's proving to be something that's going to be worth watching for the MCU. It's got an opportunity, I think, of really giving a new lease of life to all of the MCU fandom, but not just kind of like, and it's not about the lease of life in a storytelling aspect. In a way, I would rather it being completely disconnected to what the fuck is going to happen with Doomsday and Secret Wars. I just want to watch a good MCU movie. And sometimes it feels like it's a bit of a too big of an ask these days, but I just want to watch an MCU movie that has all of these wonderful 35 movies underneath its belt, but then underneath it, it's about the root of the story and how can we do a good storytelling through superheroes. Is doing something like this when you're getting unlikely heroes together. I mean, if anything, it represents this podcast perfectly. It's almost like the poster boy of this podcast. I just can't wait to see it. I think it's going to be great. I've never gone into an MCU movie this confident, knowing it's going to be that good. Maybe not since Deadpool and Wolverine, and even then, I was kind of like, maybe it won't be, but it was. So I think, yeah, it's going to be great fun. We need something like this to kind of be like, yeah, that was a great movie. Bring on Fantastic Four, because again, the trailer for Fantastic Four looks absolutely brilliant as well. It looks so cool. And so it's about kind of keeping that alive, bringing a new rebirth into the MCU. They can do it. It can happen. And we can be there for it as well as a fandom. So we've got to go out there, watch it over the weekend. Tell us, if you're going to go and see Thunderbolts, tell us in a non-spoilery way, what do you think about it? Give us your best kind of, rundown of the movie without spoiling any moments. Let's go through the characters, because I want to kind of like just have a little chat about kind of the cast, the characters, what I would like to see from them in the role in the movie. So let's start with. Oh, it says Black Widow. Interesting. Sorry, that might be a spoiler already. Great. Cheers. Thank you for that, Google. But Yelena, I'm really happy that we've got Yelena at front and center in this movie. She, in terms of her character, has been a very good constant for the MCU, being placed in Black Widow. But then also, I was reminding myself on social media, there was a reel that popped up of a scene of Yelena and Kate Bishop in Hawkeye. And it's brilliant. And it's really fun. It's running back by the lift and stuff. And the way that they're playing and sort of like riffing off each other with their jokes and stuff. She's one of these rare MCU characters that can work so well against other MCU characters. And judging by the way that they're placing her, there's going to be a huge emotional journey in here. Which is bringing me into Red Guardian. I'm really excited to see David Harbour. David Harbour is a brilliant actor. David Harbour is so natural. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just, when, I don't know, just from my perspective as a storyteller, but like when you see somebody do it somebody who can tell stories and act so easily, you go, oh, that's not even trained. That's just DNA. Do you know what I mean? He's got that. He's incredible. Obviously, he's like shit hot right now. He's got Stranger Things season 5 coming out. He's got Thunderbolts that's coming out. He's got a Violent Night 2 that's coming out as well. He is rocking on all cylinders. But particularly looking at Red Guardian, I'm really interested to see where he places himself within this kind of group, because he had this really funny character in Black Widow, but nothing more really than that, right? So we need to see some more depth, I think, going into Red Guardian. There is a theory, and it's been kind of like circulated a lot on social media, that in the first act of Thunderbolts, there's going to be a significant death. I have said and vocalized this quite a lot on the podcast. I still think Taskmaster is most definitely gone at some point in this movie. Hopefully, that's the significant death. But my sort of underneath the surface kind of fear is that this significant death could actually be Red Guardian. Because let me explain. What if Red Guardian does die in the first act of this movie in a act of heroism, in heroic fashion? That's the word. Because then, in a way, that kind of defines his journey, because that's all he's wanted to do, is be seen as the hero. So if he does this kind of big self-sacrifice moment in the first act of the movie, he dies, Yelena loses somebody again, which then puts her into this big emotional state. And we were talking about, there's a lot about the movie about emotional states, emotional journeys, mental health. So whether that's kind of prevalent with Yelena, which it looks like it is, judging by the trailers, maybe a death like that will kind of send her into that kind of spiral. I don't want it to be the case, because he's a flipping brilliant character. And also, I don't know whether it would be wise for the MCU to kill off somebody like David Harbour, who is absolutely killing it right now in Hollywood. The other one is Bucky. You would have assumed that Bucky would have been like the front and center of this movie, the poster boy. He's the guy. This is Thunderbolts. This is Bucky's Avengers. Nah, it's not. And that is a really good choice. And I think because we've seen a lot of stories being played through Bucky's character, and he has been a constant. He has literally been around, for those 15 years of the MCU. So it's more it's less about his journey, but his character serving somebody else's. And I really like that. And I really like how that's going to potentially play into Thunderbolts going forward. I don't want him to be the significant death. If he dies, I don't think that's a good idea. We need to see Bucky die. Doomsday, Secret Wars. We need a level of that movie where it's magnitude. He dies in a fucking huge battle, whatever it might be. Like, it needs to be something like that. If he dies here, ooh, that's a big choice. Because again, similar to David Harbour, Sebastian Stan is absolutely killing it in Hollywood. Is it a good idea to get rid of somebody who's that big publicly in Hollywood? Probably not. And this is why I think maybe Taskmaster. The more I'm saying it now, David Harbour or Bucky, or Red Guardian or Bucky, those two would actually make more sense from a storytelling standpoint for these characters to be affected by it. But judging by the loss of potential kind of like income, if those people not being those movies, they'll probably go with Taskmaster. But yeah, I mean, the other one we've got Wyatt Russell, who's a fucking great actor. Like, the more I'm looking at this, the more I'm going, this is going to be a good movie. US Agent John Walker, my gosh. I mean, wasn't he so good in Falcon and Winter Soldier? He was literally... And also, actually, I tell you what, as a recommendation, go and watch Under the Banner of Heaven with Andrew Garfield. Wyatt Russell was in it as well, and he's fucking insane. He's so good. He's such a good actor. It's such a good character. I'm really intrigued to see how we see not just maybe a likable side to him, because he came across so well as an absolute egotistical arsehole in Falcon and Winter Soldier. How do we see this humanized version of this character come through that decides to actually work within a team that isn't his best friend from school? Do you know what I mean? So it's interesting. I'm really keen to see how his character goes forward. I don't want him to be the one that dies, actually. That's my least one. It would make more sense for these bigger people that have been into the MCU go but I don't know. Oh God, I'm so conflicted. Oh my God, I'm so conflicted, listener. Isn't it? But isn't this great? Isn't this great? Let's just take a moment here. Isn't it great to kind of theorize and talk about it on this level, and be excited to see what's going to happen? Did I get an ounce of this during Captain America: Brave New World? Fuck no. So this is promising. This is promising. Anyway, Delissa, tell us what you think are. I mean, again, this movie's coming out today. It's out right now. You'll be watching it probably over the weekend. So this theory won't last long. But if you are listening to it and would like to share your thoughts on who you think the significant death might be, or if there won't be a death, is there multiple deaths? Tell us what you think. Give us a comment. Give us an email at don'tbeaheropodcast@gmail.com. So we go through some reviews. Let's talk about some reviews. So we've got the critics reviews that have come through as well. Let's have a look. So let's go with Michael Phillips from the Chicago Tribune. On Rotten Tomatoes, he has said, at its best, the visualization of this part of Thunderbolts feels like something relatively new and vivid. New and vivid. That's quite important, I think. We need new. We need vivid. We need something that's going to kind of breathe something out. And this is the thing. This has got an opportunity of having multiple Thunderbolts movies as well, or whatever that asterisk might mean. It might be a title change, a name change, whatever it might be. But this has got the opportunity, I think, of breathing something that we now don't have in Guardians of the Galaxy, because we need a new one of those, right? And I think Forrest has been saying it as well in previous weeks. He thinks that this has got the opportunity of being the new Guardians. And if that's the case, mate, I'm all for it, because those are bloody good characters you've assembled there. Anne Hornaday, that's an unfortunate name, from the Washington Post, said, call it the film's critics' version of Stockholm Syndrome, but in between the requisite fight sequences in snippy sniping dialogue, I found the thematic elements of Thunderbolts to be unexpectedly effective, even profound. My word, Anne, you're good at your words, aren't you? Very wordy Anne, isn't she? Crikey O'Reilly. Well, that's interesting. Do one more. Let's have a look. Let's see. Is there a UK one? Is there a UK one? Come on. All right. Clarice from The Independent says, enough to make those self-declared victims of superhero fatigue reconsider that it might not be the genre itself that's tapped out, but merely the focus on telling stories versus marketing future sequels and the sickly shimmer of nostalgia. Oh my God, Clarice, you have flipping nailed it in the head there. That is a brilliant review. That is a brilliant comment. That is exactly what we want this movie to do. Superhero fatigue, forget about it. It doesn't exist. It never did, really. We just got bought. We just got subject to bad storytelling. That has always been the case. It's not superhero fatigue. It's not about the characters. These characters have been made very well, and we all know who made those characters, right? And may we respect and honor those characters forever, right? And that, at the heart of it, is how you tell a good story. It's not about the character. It's about the story that the character can be used as a conduit to what we want to tell in a narrative. That is fucking a brilliant comment. Do you know what? I'm not going to read anymore. That's perfect. Thunderbolts, I'm excited. Are you excited? Tell us what you think. Give us a comment. Yeah, me and Forrest, I think we're going to try and watch it at some point over the next coming days and get a review to you next week, I want to say it next week, at the very latest the following week, but we'll aim for next week. But speaking of what's next, all right, we've done, obviously, 5 months of Daredevil. Oh my God. We did so much of the Daredevil, so much so to the point that we need to do a little bit more. And this isn't superhero fatigue. This is just doing something different, because we like to do wild card movies, dear listener. This is our thing. We do wild card movies, and we have done it since day dot of the podcast. A little something that breathes new life into the episodes. So usually I like to go on Instagram and get your thoughts. We do a little thought on, like, give us some movie suggestions. We put it into a roulette. One episode we hit on a roulette and we just find out what movie we're going to review. We've still got a couple more things to review from the last bout of wildcard movies, one of which is Heroes Season 1 and Constantine. Haven't forgotten. We do need to do those. But instead of asking your opinion, I thought, why don't we, I'm going to share my screen now. Go on a certain site, and while we've been playing AI songs, why don't we go to another AI site called ChatGPT and ask it what we should watch next? So, here we go. Let me type this through. Hello. We're Matt and Forrest from the quotation marks. Don't be a hero podcast. Quotation marks. We review MCU and DC movies. However, we're looking to review a movie that is not superhero related, but something cool we can talk about at length. What movie would you suggest? Chat GPT. Much love, DBAH. All right, let's find out. Oh my gosh. Okay, right. It has suggested a movie for us. It's gone, hey, Matt and Forrest, much love, right back at you. Oh my God, stop it, you flirting with me. It's flirting with me, chat. You flirting with me. Don't Be a Hero podcast is an awesome name. Oh, we know, by the way. If you're branching out from the MCU DC, but still wanting to do something with depth, style, and plenty to discuss, here's a strong recommendation. Blade Runner 2049, 2017 version that was directed by Denis Villeneuve. Why? It's a great pick. Okay, so here we go. So psychological depth. It tackles identity, memory, what it means to be human. Oh, I love that. Great feel for discussion. Gorgeous visuals. Roger Deakins' Oscar-winning cinematography gives you a lot to unpack from a designer and atmosphere. Genre adjacent. It's still sci-fi and epic in scale, so it'll be a vibe of your usual audience, but not a superhero movie, so you might like it too. The other one is, the other thing is legacy tie-in. You can also compare it to the original Blade Runner. But yeah, of course, great. That's things to talk about, right? Thanks, chat. The other thing is that it said as a bonus, if you want a second option, is Prisoners 2013. Oh, don't give us a choice. Oh, don't give me options. Now I've got to choose. What's Prisoners? A gritty, slow-burning thriller. Right? Oh no, I don't. I know. We'll do Blade Runner. We'll do Blade Runner. Amazing. Well, there we go. ChatGPT is chosen. In a few weeks' time, myself and Forrest are going to review Blade Runner 2049. I mean, do you know what? In all fairness, I never really watched the original. Shock horror. There's a lot of things I haven't watched, but I haven't watched the original. So we'll watch the updated version, and then maybe down the line we'd kind of talk about the original version, or maybe get some thoughts on the original versions. So that's what we're going to be doing. Look, I tell you what, I'm not gonna wobble and rant on any longer than I should, because it is. I mean, the podcasters out there, like Lee, Lights Camera Rant. He went to his first MCU movie premiere, by the way, for Thunderbolts this past few weeks. What an incredible thing for him. I'm so, honestly, mate, so much love to him. I mean, Lee does this thing by himself and he talks for hours at length. I have no idea how you do it, buddy. So mad respect for it. Anyway, we'll finish the podcast there. There's one thing I do want to say as well. We have had a little revamp on our Spreadshirt, on our merch shop. So I'm just going to show you, and if you're on YouTube, you can watch this. If you're not, come to YouTube, come watch this episode on YouTube, because we've been sharing screens left, right, and center at the moment. But here is our merch shop. I want to show it to you because I'm just so proud of it. We have got t-shirts, we've got mugs, we've got flipping cropped women's hoodies, we've got hats, different types of hats, we've got even more hoodies, we've got flipping stickers over here. Lovely, isn't it great? Tote bags, oh my god, even more stickers. We've got like breathable t-shirts, we've got different design t-shirts as well. So for instance, there's one here that's, I love this t-shirt that we've designed. So it's basically the Avengers but named differently. So it's Metal Man, Miss Latrodectus, Bulk, Birdseye, Mr. Hammer, and Patriotic Stud. I think that's hilarious. Actually, I'm going to buy that soon, so I can put that on myself. But we've got different designs as well. We've got some exclusive t-shirts as well from when we did our rebrand. It is. It is up. It is running. There are regular offers and discounts flying. I will put that on Instagram. You'll find those discount codes and all that kind of stuff on Instagram when it's announced. Do make sure you're following us on Instagram. Check it. Yeah, check it out. Get yourself some merch. The quality genuinely is really, really good. And I'm not just saying that. The t-shirt qualities are actually great. We wanted to spend some time making sure that what we're doing is decent, right? And we're putting the work in, dear listener, and we really are thankful for all your support. We're nearly at 4,000 followers on Instagram, which is absolutely insane. Hitting 4K is just is the absolute dream for this year. So, and we're gonna probably hit it before the middle of this month. So it's insane. Have a great weekend. Let us know if you're seeing Thunderbolts. We'll be back next week with my dear Forrest with hopefully a Thunderbolts review, or if not, Blade Runner 2049. You have a good day. Love you. Bye.